Yep. 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 Welcome to a video where we all hang out together and experience the joy of homebrewing and the joy of what nature gives us to be able to ferment things. Why I'm standing here instead of the usual spots for those who follow my channel is because I did a brew video that may or may not have gone south. I had this whole idea. It was going to be something I haven't done before with the way I do my videos. That'd be a fun way to do it. And there was a bit of a hiccup. So here's what I'm going to do. Instead of scrapping it or instead of just trying to hack it together, I am going to show you what the original video is, what the intention was behind it, and then we'll come back here. Roll the clips. Today's video is a beer as being brewed with a yeast that was sent to me by someone who watches the channel. His name is Dan. Thank you, Dan. He emailed me, said, hey, I have some unique yeast. Do you want to give it a go? And I said, yes, absolutely. This yeast is called Crossmyloof. I think that's how you say it. Crossmyloof. Now, this is a real ale yeast, the one I have here. Doing some digging online, there is a link, a website called crossmyloofbrew.co.uk, and it looks like they're like a homebrew store or something, or they have supplies, and maybe it looks like they make their own yeast or harvest their own yeast or whatever, manufacturer, I don't know. Maybe they're repackaging it from something else. I couldn't find too much info on it, but they have a Belgian strain, California strain, like a common, Kolsch, like a Weizen, real ale, which they have, Saison, and U.S. Pale Ale strain. I'll link the site in the description below if anyone wants to take a look. But the real ale strain I have says, suitable for English ales, Scottish wee heavies, or Scottish heavy ales, American amber ales, sweet stouts, and more. A top fermenting ale yeast suitable for a variety of full-bodied ales with exceptional depth. Recommended temperatures 17 to 22 Celsius. I think that's like 68 degrees Fahrenheit in the middle range. I think 20 C is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. But so normal, you know, for like a US05 type ale strain. Max brew strength per sachet in a 23 liter brew, between 7 to 8 ABV, double pitch if a higher ABV is required. So I think one full pack is, you know, pretty good for a 5 gallon. I'm doing a 1 gallon batch, as usual, to test this out. So naturally, instead of doing English ale or the ones they recommended or that would be good for it, I'm going to do a pale ale. So I'm curious to see what kind of body, if it brings any body to it, if it works like a London 3 does and makes it hazy. You know, I'm very curious. I'm going to keep the AVB kind of low on it, like a 1050 starting gravity. The hops I'm going to use are Mosaic, Summit, Citra. I'm going to do only steep on this, again, no boil. I'm doing that more often and I'm finding it to be great. It's a huge saver on time. So my mash, I'm doing all my water in my mash. I'm not doing a brew in a bag this time, but I'm going to do all my water in my mash that I need. It'll be thin, like 2.4 quarts per pound of grain, and I can run off and I don't have to do any sparge, which is great. So I'll run off, heat it up, you know, maybe get to a boil for a minute and then put my hops in. Yeah, so let's go make this thing and then come back here. Mash water, salts, milling the grain, mashing in, 5.300 pH, pour off, adding the hops, 1051, cooling it down, transferring the wort, pitching 1/8 of a packet of the yeast, fermenting at 65 degrees Fahrenheit, adding dry hops, kegging. To see what my intention was here, I had it all figured out. I was gonna wear the same shirt and everything to match up. Like it was all one day, one moment. Didn't happen. I couldn't make it work because, first of all, there's a big party going on right where I normally record. You might even be able to hear them from where I'm standing. And it's like the only party I've ever heard them have, and it's just too loud to try and record. The second hiccup is that this beer is off. And by off, I think it's contaminated. But so I don't know how much I want to actually swallow this because I don't know if mold got in and it makes me nervous. I think what happened I never saw a pellicle, but I think what happened was I fermented it in a really questionable sour jug that smelled really rank, and I cleaned it and washed it out, and I should have just tossed it. Right, fermented in that, and I think there's something really hardy living in there that just got in this. That's my only guess. It's the only true contamination I've ever got. Well, the second one I've ever really got, where it tastes like it. It has like a rubber smell to it, and it has like a ethyl acetate nail polish remover smell. So the rubber on there, it's not bad, but it's there. And the nose is behind that is actually decent. Like I actually like the hop aroma a lot. But yeah, there's like a dank rubber in there, deep in there. It's pretty clear as far as the yeast goes. And before I continue, I will say, because this was supposed to be a video about this yeast, that it did finish, I think, around 10:10 or 10:09. I'll screenshot it right now. I took a photo of it. It did end up being fairly clear, and I did dry hop, as you saw after fermentation was done. It's a hair hazy, and I'll bet another couple days it might be even clearer. I don't use gelatin. I'm not gonna actually swallow because again, I don't want, in case there's mold in here. I don't know. I don't want to mess with that. Man, it sucks. The hops are pretty good in it. It's just that little nail polishy rubber thing that's definitely tainting it. But the bitter level I think is good, and I like the hops. And the yeast, unfortunately, I cannot tell how clean it is. Now, if this is what the yeast is off-putting, now that would be interesting. I'm doing another batch right now, or two more, and I'm gonna follow up and just see. One's already almost done fermenting, and one I just did about yesterday. I'm curious to see how this is gonna go and how those are gonna go. Because if the yeast is producing this, that would be really weird, but I doubt it is. I doubt it's just something in my process for this beer. When the other two videos are up, or one of them, I will throw it at the end of this video in the upper right-hand side when I do the thank you for watching part. You can watch one of those and we'll compare that to this one and we'll see what happened. And these things happen. It's not a big deal. I only have a gallon of it. I'll probably just dump it, whatever. It's not such a little amount. It's largely why I do small batches, not necessarily not necessarily for contamination, of course, but when things go south, it hurts a lot less. I'm gonna also throw the other tastings in the description below when they're done as well, so we can compare all of them. Yeah, there you go. The video has been made. It is completed regardless of the hiccups. And unfortunately, we don't know how this yeast really is yet. But stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep getting weird regardless of what goes wrong. See you guys next time.